It is time for a little Thursday night SEC baseball from Condren Family Ballpark on a warm Gainesville, Florida night. 20th ranked Florida, 13th ranked Auburn. Two teams coming off series wins over the weekend, trying to move up the ladder in the SEC as we hit the midpoint of the conference race. Georgia leading the way by a game over Texas and Texas A&M, but there's Florida 2 games back, Auburn 3 games back. This is going to be a wild ride the next 5 weeks in conference play before Hoover comes around. Dave Neal alongside College Baseball Hall of Famer Greg Olson. Glad you could join us tonight. And certainly, Greg, this is an Auburn baseball team that has really found some rhythm this year. They look like they are a complete ball club, but I think the thing that jumps out at people right now is how well they're pitching the baseball.
Yeah, I think that even surprised Butch Thompson. He was expecting to be more offensive, and so far this year it has been about this rotation, and we're leaving out Jackson Sanders out of this as well. But Alvarez moves into the Friday night role or the Thursday night role tonight, but you can see these numbers. Just staggering numbers. They're top 5 nationally, ERA, strikeouts to walks, really just getting it done at a high level.
Yeah, they've gone 21 innings without giving up a run of late. They'll try to keep that going here against this Florida Gator team that's coming off winning 2 of 3 on the road at Georgia. Pitching was certainly a big topic for Florida there, but also a big topic is the fact that they were able to do that without Brendan Lawson playing shortstop. He did DH a couple of games, but they get him back full throttle now after an illness.
Yeah, freshman All-American coming back again and doing it at a high level. His 1.326 OPS, 347 batting average. He is one of the best in the country at what he does.
Just out for a week with an illness. Also missed some time with back spasms earlier this year, but he seems to be going well. And speaking of going well, how about this guy, Aiden King, a dominant performance in Athens last week against the best hitting team in the country.
Well, I mean, he's got the rare ability. He's got good fastball, 91 to 94, but he moves it to both sides of the plate. He'll throw a 2-seamer or a sinker into righties, away from lefties. Great breaking ball, great poise on the mound.
Take a look at this Auburn lineup that doesn't strike out very much, the second fewest in the Southeastern Conference. Chase Fralick has been their go-to guy in this lineup all season long, hitting .319, 6 homers. He is hitting second in the lineup. Chris Rimbert will hit first tonight because Bristol Carter is out with an illness. They're not sure if he'll be able to get in this weekend or not. They certainly hope so, but some tests coming back. We'll find out later on if he'll be able to play at all for the Tigers this weekend. We are just about set. Auburn and Florida didn't meet last year. And that one fouled off the butt of the bat. And Rimbert behind 0-1. Rimbert, the 6-foot sophomore out of Pensacola, Florida. A career .345 hitter. That is his number this year, right on .345. Aiden King just in lockdown fashion against Georgia. Boy, painting it there, 1-2 at 93 miles an hour, but took a perfect game into the 7th inning, finished with 7 2/3, 2 runs allowed against the Bulldogs, then turned it over to Liam Peterson in game 2, and he went a solid 7 innings as well.
What you want, baby? I mean, just one of the top 1-2 punches in the country.
I mean, it has been fantastic. Look at those numbers. 14 strikeouts, just 2 walks, and 14 2/3 innings of work. High chopper back up the middle. Cade Curlin, and they're able to get out number 1.
Well, most of Rimbert's hits are to the pull side, so Florida shifts over there. Second base, Curland right there for a ground ball. Great location on the fastball by Aiden King.
Aiden was the number 2 starter in their weekend rotation, but Peterson scuffled a little bit. They made a little bit of a transition. They put King in the opening game of the series. And he has just been fantastic there. And it didn't really adjust anything because the way the schedule worked out, it kept Peterson on the same routine. King had to change a little bit of what he was doing in terms of his preparation. But for the most part, you could say this has worked out quite nicely.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's been an injury in the bullpen of Florida. And with that, they move King to the front line going. He gets a little bit more depth into the game than Peterson does. Peterson is a strikeout. His pitch count gets up quickly.
Fralick, high fly ball into left center field. Anybody going to catch up to it? No, it's off the wall. Blake Sear had a chance. I think it might have nicked off his glove, but that'll be a double for Chase Fralick. That ball just kept going. Fralick has now reached base in 18 straight games and in all but one game this season.
Fastball, I mean, pretty good location, just doesn't quite get there, and it is in no man's land. This is about as deep a left center, I think, that we have in the SEC. Ball just kept carrying and carrying. Nice effort by Sir to try to make a run at it.
The wind is blowing in that direction from left to right and out. Eric Guevara now steps in. First pitch. Fouls it straight back at 92 miles an hour. Out of Panama City, Panama. He's got a 12-game hit streak going. And it's just been on a tear. He's 18 for his last 30, a 600 clip. Pops him up though, right side, shallow right. Hayden Yost on the run. Who's going to make the catch? It's going to drop right between three Gators. That'll get Fralick over to third.
That could be the difference in a tight ball game of a well-pitched game. That should have been the second out. Now, in my mind, in my world, this is Curlin's ball. Now, and I couldn't hear if Stripling called it. Curlin came over, and once he gets in that area code, it's his ball unless Yost is coming in. I didn't feel like Yost got there. I thought it was Curlin's ball. Let's see how Aiden King reacts, because that's a big letdown for me as a pitcher.
Oh, I can imagine. You get the three-hole hitter to pop it up.
They gave it an error. Who did he give it an error to?
I guess Cade Curlin. Couldn't tell if that went off his glove or not. It almost looked like he kind of Now they just change it to a bit. They just changed it.
It's got to be a hit.
Yeah, they just changed it to a base hit. That won't make Aiden King happy though. Fouled straight back off the bat above Terrell.
Somebody's not going to be happy.
Right. I think Cade Curlin would wear one for his team, for his pitcher.
I mean, how do you give an error to that? I mean,
I know.
We don't have team errors. If we had team errors in baseball,
that should be a category.
That's a team error.
That should be a category.
All right, I'll work on that.
Okay. First and third, one out for Auburn. There's a strike, 1-2 to count to Bub Terrell. Bub hitting .295 with 8 homers and 25 runs batted in. He's on a 6-game hit streak. Just off the plate. Bub has been a model of consistency this year. Only once this season has he gone back-to-back games without a hit. Swing and a miss, 93 miles an hour, 2 down.
Well, that's how Aiden King reacts. Shows a little two-seam fastball to pitch before that, and then goes with the fastball up top of the zone. And Terrell just was in between what he was trying to do. You could see he wanted to stay inside out of it, and that fastball with some late ride gets by him.
Logan Gregorio steps in now. A senior transfer out of Yorkville, Illinois. Last year at Northern Illinois, a couple of years at Division III Benedictine University. But man, did he pop onto the scene last year at Northern Illinois with 19 home runs and 69 runs batted in. Ground ball to the left side. There's a base hit, and Auburn's going to be on the board first. Three hits in the inning.
Yeah, Gregorio had a little bit of a problem breaking into this lineup, but great piece of hit, and sees a hole between short and third. You can see him stay inside of this fastball on the inner part of the plate. And it's not pretty. Exit velocity is probably around 75. 2-out RBI.
Gregorio now 7 for his last 18 at the plate. Ethan Bingaman strides to the plate, the freshman out of California. First and second, 2 down. Boy, Aiden King gave up 2 hits in Georgia, and that was in the 7th inning. He's already given up 3. There's Butch Thompson. Hard to believe he's already 11 years into this Auburn.
I know.
Reign, as he has brought this program back to national heights. Oh, that ball's hit out to left. And what a diving catch by Blake Sear. He just saved a couple of runs. Auburn does strike for a run, but this catch is the highlight of the first.
This is about as good as it gets. Blake Sear laying out, saving at least one.
Auburn takes a 1-0 lead after a half inning here at Condren Family Ballpark. Gators coming up to the plate. The Gators coming to the plate. Gators will start things off with Kyle Jones, who was just in that proverbial sports zone on Sunday. 5 for 5, a home run, scored 3 runs. Going back home, grew up just a few miles outside of Athens, Georgia, and put on a show for his family and friends. He'll lead things off as he has done all year. And Brendan lost it in that 2-hole. Surwick, it might be one of the more underrated players in this league. In the 3-hole, Kate Curlin, Cole Stanford, and Hayden Yost, who had a couple of home runs on Sunday in Athens, hitting 9th. Andreas Alvarez, boy, has he just kind of just posted up for this Auburn staff of late.
He really did. He finished last season. Game started, regional, super regional, was dealing, and then did not find a way into the rotation. Been their Tuesday starter. Fastball 91 to 94. You're going to see sliders early, and then about the second time around the order, started the third, he's going to start throwing a really nice curveball that I don't think he can trust early on. And once he gets a good lather, gets a little bit tired, this curveball comes into effect, and it's been a really good pitch for him.
They start things off against Kyle Jones.
I like that low zone, Dave.
Yeah, I bet you would. Yeah, give you that strike all day. Be in the Hall of Fame with one of those strike zones. Fouls it straight back, 0-2. Already 96 out of the hand of Alvarez. Jones, 329, 3 homers, and 27 runs batted in. Gators certainly missed him last year. Got hurt early in the season. I think 4th or 5th game. Only had 16 at-bats. Had to have shoulder surgery. Actually put on a bunch of weight during that time and physically ready to go. Kyle only had 2 Division I scholarship offers out of high school.
Stetson and who?
Kennesaw State.
Wow.
Went to Stetson.
Yeah.
He was telling me the story today. First game there, he sits on the bench behind a fifth-year senior. Fifth-year senior struggles in the opening game, struck out 3 or 4 times. He gets to start the second game, strikes out here, obviously, and has a couple of doubles, and the rest is history. And now we see it Florida.
That's why it's always funny. Everybody's like, oh, no, the scouts will find you. If you can play, the scouts will find you. Well, sometimes they don't. Or else it takes you a year or two. I mean, freshman All-American at Stetson, and then here you are, leading off for the Gators.
Here's Brendan Lawson to follow up. Jones. Brendan Lawson at 347. 11 homers to lead this team. 34 runs batted in. 6 doubles to his credit. Brendan out of Toronto, Ontario, Canada. In a league that is so old, he found a home as a true freshman. Boy, big shift for Lawson. Tell what the numbers tell you there. '60-game starter last year, first-team freshman All-American. He was drafted by the Cardinals coming out of high school in that 2024 draft. Boy, now 3-1 to Lawson. This guy had 10 home runs last year and hit 317. Sharply hits. Oh, what a pick. And it got by, right? I thought the scoop, Rembert had it. And it just got past his glove. That was a hot shot off the bat now.
That was just good on good. Fastball middle of the plate, let's dance. And Lawson smashes it through Rembert. And as you said, I thought Rembert had picked it clean. Just came off the end of the glove. That's got to go as a base hit. That's hitting a ball through the defense and through the shift.
Hit it hard, and sometimes good things happen. Well, that just, I mean, that got on him in no time.
I go exit velo of 108.
Surwick. Now it's 2-0. Bounces in front of Freilich, and that'll get Lawson down to second base.
That's just great base running. Lawson, I mean, immediately, as soon as that ball hit dirt, he was gone. He didn't read and react. He didn't let the ball get away from Freilich. He just broke as soon as he saw the breaking ball in the dirt.
Little chopper, charge McCrane across the diamond. Oh, good pick at first by Eddie Madrigal. That'll get Lawson to third, but there are 2 outs in the inning.
Right now, Alvarez's slider's looking more like a cutter. It's not very deep. It's not very sharp. It's just enough to get off the end of the bat of Surwick. Gets a ground ball. McCrane makes it look supremely easy.
Carson Bowen, 96 miles an hour, 0-1 to count.
Carson Bowen, 6 for 12 on first pitches. So I'm sitting here going, he's going to ambush him. He's going to jump him right here on a fastball. And Alvarez dials one up at 96, up and in.
Bowen on the year, .252 hitter, 3 homers and 17 runs batted in. One and 2 the count. High in the air. It's going to be in foul territory. Can anybody catch it? Guevara almost had a chance at it, running away from the field.
Such a tough play. This ball's swung at out of defense. Honestly, it was going to hit him, and Guevara runs it down, but he finds the ball right on top of his head. And you can't go, you know, underhand glove. You got to try to stab above you.
This one is a fair ball. That'll get Lawson home. Bowen on his way to second, and he'll be in there with a stand-up double and an RBI. His 7th double of the year, his 18th run batted in.
Just a great piece of hitting. This is a curveball down below the zone. Bowen stays with it, hooks it down the left field line. And I mean, sometimes you got to tip your cap as a pitcher. I got to tip my cap. Bowen flat out won that game.
Well, all streaks must come to an end. First run allowed by the Auburn pitching staff in the last 21 and 2/3 innings of work this year. This has been a staff that pitched extremely well against Kentucky. And again, they came in to this weekend leading the country in strikeout to walk ratio, walks and hits per inning, and walks allowed per 9 innings, which is just at 2.5 walks per 9-inning game. That is a staggering stat for a college pitching staff.
It really is. Yeah, it really is. In the day and age of everybody reaching back and trying to overthrow it and try to overthrow your breaking balls, to have that few walks per 9 innings.
Blake Sear, 322, 4 homers for the Gator left fielder. Had an outstanding catch to end the inning moments ago. The opponent's batting average in there as well at 226. Well, that is the 4th hit batter of the year for Andreas Alvarez, and that'll put him at first and second.
Seen a little bit more adrenaline out of Alvarez than you normally see. He's trying to rush up a fastball up and in.
Think there's any lingering effect from the little pop-up in foul territory that could have been the 3rd out of the inning? Do you think like that as a pitcher?
I don't. I mean, Guevara has been as good. If there's a Gold Glove third baseman in college baseball, he's it for me. And he has been so good. So him not making that play, it's a tough play. It's a really difficult play. So no. And then Bowen, that's a great breaking ball below the zone that he leans out there and hooks down the left field line. And you got a chance to get out of it in 2 strikes. You whack Sear.
I'm going to make it clear. I didn't think Guevara, that was a tough play. I'm not saying that he should have caught it. I'm just thinking from a pitcher mentality.
For me, no.
Because the next pitch is the one that
gets doubled.
Yeah,
if it had been a hanging breaking ball, we might have a little bit more of a conversation. It was a nasty hook, bottom of the zone.
That one gets past Fralick, and they'll move up 90 feet to second and third.
Now, I would not mind somebody walking out and having a conversation with Alvarez, whether it be Fralick, pitching coach Everett Tieford. Alvarez is not quite in his right mind right now.
1-0 on Landon Stripling. A .246 hitter fouls it straight back. This Auburn team comes in 5th in the conference in batting average. Meanwhile, Florida's down at 12th. The Gators hitting .270 this year as a team. Right back to Alvarez. A little underhand toss, and they'll get out of the inning. The Gators will leave a couple of runners on base, but they do tie it up after 1. Been a bit of a roller coaster ride for the Gators. Started their SEC play by outscoring South Carolina 17-3 to sweep the Gamecocks, and then they were no hit in game 1 in a series in Alabama. And then they go to Arkansas, and all they do is just sweep the 4th-ranked team in the country in their place. Georgia, though, the series was a big one for this Gator team. They took 2 of 3, and it pushed their record to 10-1 against ranked opponents, which is the best number in the country. And just to continue the roller coaster ride, we can talk about the roller coaster ride in the conference play, but they lost Tuesday night here to Bethune-Cookman.
Everybody wants to go, well, Bethune-Cookman threw their best guy. Well, no, they usually have to have their starters go on the weekends too, and it's just one of those things where I feel like it might be a little bit of a letdown after all the just hysterics of SEC weekends.
There is Eddie Madrigal to lead things off for the Tigers. Yeah, I mean, the grind of this league, and now we're 5 weekends into it. This is weekend number 6 of SEC play. And the intensity is much greater than anything they see on a Tuesday night.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a little bit of a letdown. I mean, crowd's not as into it. The opposing team's not as into it. It's just hard to explain.
Ground ball right side. Curlin stabs this one. Gets up firing, and what a play by the Gators' second baseman.
Well, that'll make up for anything last inning. Madrigal gets a fastball. Curlin lays out, gets up quickly. Good throw across his body. Now I'm fired up on the mound, Dave.
Yeah, 2 back-to-back good plays behind you, right?
Back-to-back great plays.
Brandon McCrane now. A redshirt freshman out of Salem, Alabama. Leads the team in average and on-base percentage. .378. He is coming off his 4-hit game against Alabama State on Tuesday night. Last 2 SEC games he's played in, 9 for series. He's 9 for 20, 450 clip.
And how about just taking a normal red shirt last year?
Yeah, rare that there's nothing to it. He just took a red shirt, right?
Just didn't see a whole lot of playing time coming, and just gonna red shirt.
Ooh, right past the bill of the cap of King. It may have even hit his cap. Out number 2.
This brings back a lot of bad memories, Dave. The ball that you don't think is coming back at you is the two-seamer running in on their hands. If I throw something down and away, I expect that has a chance to come back at me. The ball running in on a right-hander's hands, no. And so that would have been a shocker. I think I finally got over having those dreams in the middle of the night where a line drive's coming back at my face
right.
and I flinch. Yeah.
Well, they're back. Mason McCrane now. This one's down in the dirt. Boy, if you're Brandon, you're thinking, hit that ball off the barrel, got a base hit. Instead, it's a 4-3, out number 2. Well, that ball's hit high in the air, but playable. Kyle Jones to his left, and a good clean inning for Aiden King. 3 up, 3 down. Auburn and Florida tied at 1 as we go to the bottom of the 2nd inning. Dave Neal alongside College Baseball Hall of Famer Greg Olson. Glad you could join us from Condren Family Ballpark here in Gainesville. Temperature certainly increasing. Going to be a hot weekend of baseball here in Central Florida. There is Kevin O'Sullivan, the 4th winningest active Division I head coach behind Brian O'Connor, Dan McDonnell, who's at Louisville, Jim Schlossnagle, of course, at Texas now. Of course, 2017 national champion. 9 College World Series in his now his 19th year.
It's almost every other year.
Yeah. Well, I could still get there this year, make it 10 for 19. Right now, D1 Baseball has them projected as a 4 seed overall. Their RPI is nice at number 5. You know, people talk about the Gators and up and down roller coaster. The bottom line is they have a 10-1 record against top 25 teams, best in the country. They have a number 5 RPI. Their strength of schedule's top 5. I mean, all the metrics tell you it's been a pretty good season. But for whatever reason, when you lose to Bethune-Cookman, all of a sudden the world's caving in on you.
And you lose to High Point. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, that's just a funny thing, but it's one of the most talented rosters. The top 2 guys in the rotation is as good as there is.
And there's Auburn at number 8 in terms of the RPI as well. Now, they sit at number 13 and number 20 in the D1Baseball.com top 25 poll, but these numbers, the magnitude of these numbers, certainly more than any poll would give you, which is why D1Baseball.com has them projected as a 4 seed in the NCAA tournament. Now, there's still 5 weeks of conference baseball to play, plus a conference tournament. So we'll see how this all plays out. But right now.
Yeah, I mean, but both coaches were going, wow, it's the halfway point. You know, and what's looking ahead, and I think they're looking at the schedules, looking ahead.
Guevara across the diamond. Smooth as silk over there at third base.
Yes, he is. But, I mean, both coaches are looking ahead, and they're going, okay, you know what? I really feel like you could look at the SEC stats, and you know who a guy is by now with just the number of at-bats.
Yeah.
And Butch said that in our talk before the game. So you can also do the same thing with looking at teams going, yeah, I got a pretty good idea who they are.
There is a group of teams that are really bunched up in the standings as Cole Stanford steps in there, looks at a strike, but you've got, what is it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 teams, either 8-7 or 7-8.
It's unbelievable.
The next 2 weeks, there's going to be a lot of separation in that group.
Unless everybody goes 1-2 or 2-1,
I just don't think it's going to
happen.
Right, and then we're at the same spot we were. Gators 2 games out of first in the league. Auburn 3 games out of first.
I mean, that's kind of the fun thing. These guys get a little bit of taste of minor league baseball, major league baseball, where you're going, you don't get too caught up in what happened last week or what happened last series. You go, you know, did we play well? Did we put together good swings? And that was a great emergency hack right there. I mean, one of the best I've ever seen.
And you've seen a lot.
I've seen a lot of emergency hacks.
Here's a look at those standings. Alabama and Ole Miss right there at 8-7. Ole Miss came in here and took 2 of 3 from Florida a couple of weekends ago. No emergency hack there. Strikeout. That'll be out number 2.
Just the second strikeout for Alvarez, and he would tell you that he would like that slider back. It was not his best of the day, left elevated, but enough late action to get the Stanford swing through.
Here's Hayden Yost. Boy, what a Sunday he had in Athens. First pitch he sees. He stays hot. Base hit on the first pitch. He looks at after having a couple of home runs in Athens on Sunday.
He had a pretty solid year last year. Wasn't able to find much of the field until last week. This is just a great piece of hit. And this fastball is inner part of the plate. Yost stays inside of it and carves one through shortstop.
Yost had 1 home run, was hitting 168 with 2 RBIs going into Sunday and hit 2 home runs. Raised his average up to 219. And Kyle Jones, as that one gets over the top of the glove of Eddie Madrigal, and Yost is going to go to third. A 2-base miscue.
All right, so the previous pickoff is a very soft, awkward throw from Alvarez. This one, he tries to dial up to 90. He had not found where first base was. It is a very difficult throw. You're throwing behind you. You're throwing blind. It's very hard to just step up and throw 90 when you got to spin your body and try to get it in a good spot. We've got a couple of unforced errors here tonight.
Yeah. And here is a meeting on the mound as the count is 1-0 on Kyle Jones, who struck out his first time against Andreas Alvarez.
Well, since Freilich and Alvarez are calling the pitches, Kieford and Butch Thompson will give their input on occasion. But this is getting their sequence right because they're running up against Jones Lawson. And he struck Jones out on a nice slider down and away in the first inning. How do we get back to that? Perfect scenario is I have Lawson leading off next inning. But trying to get everybody on the same page on what the pitch calling is going to be.
Looks like Aiden King, Alvarez's last 2 starts have been fantastic. 15 strikeouts in 12 innings. Went 6 in each of those. Alvarez came in with a 6-1 record, a 1.24 ERA. Opponents hitting less than 200 against him. Big hack from Larson, 2-1 the count.
You can see the respect Jones gets with the 2-0 slider. He's hitting .485 when he is ahead in the count.
That one stays up. 3-1.
Now let's see if Jones goes hunting for a slider.
Got 96.
He did. He had moved to the slider, and then the typical move by Alvarez is here's a 3-1 fastball right down Broadway, which you would never, ever want to throw.
Fly ball out to right. Bingham in there to make the catch, and the inning is over. Florida will strand another runner. All tied at 1 after 2. Here back in the first inning, Blake Sear came up with a huge catch, and as a pitcher, got to make you smile when you see this.
Oh man, this is awesome. Great play out in left field by Sear, saves at least 1 run. And Cade Kurland laying out the first out of the second inning, which is another huge aspect for me, getting that first out.
Here's Chris Rembert. Back to the top of this Auburn Tiger lineup. Chris grounded out his first time. Boy, did he bust onto the scene last year. Looks like Lawson at Florida just couldn't take him out of the lineup.
No.
So good.
Yeah, found himself on Team USA last summer. It's a great flat plane swing. He's in the zone for a long time.
Coming off the game against Alabama State on Tuesday with a double and a triple. 8 for 12 last 3 ball games. And much like Brendan Lawson, the Gator shortstop, was a freshman All-American last year. Chases one, 93 out of the zone.
This is just all about sequencing. Everything's been away, 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 and then all of a sudden you change the eye level. Rembert goes chasing, thinking it's close to the zone. He's got to protect. And just that little extra velo, different location, punch out.
Here comes a sophomore, Chase Freitlich, back to the plate. Young man out of Peachtree City, Georgia. You know, we've talked about guys like Rembert, Freitlich, even you could even say Guevara, even though he's a junior now, but guys that kind of grew up in this program. They're not one-hit wonders from the transfer portal.
Yeah, and that's what Butch Thompson's done really well. He's filled a couple spots. Much like O'Sullivan does with Florida, you fill a couple spots with transfer guys, and you try to bring these high-end high school guys in and develop.
Ooh, that ball's hit hard. Deep to right. Fair or foul? Foul ball. Freitlich just missed his 7th home run of the year.
No argument from anybody. This ball is close. See that downward angle swing, creating that top spin.
Ooh, you're right. You can see where that ball bounced up on that hill. It did not miss fair territory by much. Popped him up. That's a big-time pop-up. Lawson says he has it, and he does. 2 down. Guevara now, who singled his first time up. Back to the plate. Average up to 383. Slider off the plate. 16 multi-hit games. 13-game hit streak. Had a 3-hit night on Tuesday with a couple of homers and 5 runs batted in. He's got, if you count today's game, he's got 11 hits in his last 4 and change ball games. You know, he has transformed his body, and just you just watch him move around the ballpark. And I know you got to make plays, you got to be able to hit, but man, he kind of has that feeling of a big league type player.
Yeah, no, he really does. Really does. He's athletic, good swing. Thought that one was out of the zone. But his first year, he missed half the season with a knee injury. Last year, he missed a large chunk of time with hamstring, lower leg injuries. And so, you know, if you're looking at this as being a profession, and this is something I want to do for the rest of my life, all right, I'm injured the first 2 years of my college career. I got to look at and evaluate what I'm doing. You get in the weight room and you strengthen everything. You strengthen everything around the knee area. And
over to first. And King has now retired 7 straight. Tied at 1.
conference tournament, all of college baseball.
Run straight for the breakaway.
Let's get to Hoover.
Boy, it begins May 19th, the SEC baseball tournament. It's going to be a wild ride till we get to Hoover. Got a good one going on here. The first of 3, Auburn and Florida. 2 teams did not meet last season. And they are back on the diamond down here at Condren Family Ballpark. Andreas Alvarez. Pitch count at 44 through 2 innings of work. He'll face Lawson to start things off. Surwick and Bowen to follow. Miles an hour from Alvarez in there for a strike. It's 1-1. Well, this Auburn pitching staff last weekend against Kentucky, really, really good. They won 2 out of 3, but they struck out 31 Wildcat hitters over the weekend. Walked only 4.
Well, and Marciano had probably his worst outing of the year, and scuffled for the first 2, and then was able to fight through it and kind of hang around a little bit. But other than that, I mean, it was another rock solid outing. Hey, did they just move Rembert like 20 feet further back?
Yeah, he is in shallow right field now. Well, remember, Lawson almost hit it through him.
Yeah,
his
he
first
did hit it through him.
Yeah, he did. He did. That's right.
So you know what? All right. That didn't work last time, so we're going to put Rembert about 20 feet further back. That might be closer to 20 yards.
Yeah. .97, one of his best fastballs of the night from a velocity standpoint.
You know what? Normal hitters, after a couple breaking balls, that beats you.
Yeah.
That beats a lot of people. And Lawson's able to put actually a good swing on it.
Full 3-2. Man, does he have a good feel for the plate?
No, I was just noticing those last 2 takes. That's 97. You know, you got to get the bat started way before halfway. And he had already recognized close to out of the hand, or at least close to halfway, that this is going to be a ball. And just great takes on 97 up. And first one was close. That one was arm side, missed badly.
Ethan Surwick. That was 95. He swung right through it. Surwick leading Florida in conference games, hitting .333 against SEC pitching, with 4 homers and a team best 13 runs batted in. This is a guy that got less than 20 at-bats at Ole Miss last year as a freshman. Just hard to get any playing time. Just wanted a fresh start, got in the portal, and Kevin O'Sullivan was saying that they remembered him from when they were recruiting him through the travel ball circuit. He said it's hard to kind of make an assessment or a judgment on a guy that gets like less than 20 at-bats. You're kind of taking a risk, but they relied on what they saw from him as a junior and senior through that travel ball circuit. And boy, I'd say that decision has worked out quite nicely for both.
Yeah, no, it really has. And it's just, I mean, it's such a different world. Talking to O'Sullivan about the recruiting and everything they got to go through to keep guys here.
Yeah.
looking at the transfer portal, and if you end up going deep into the season.
That ball's barreled out to center. Bub Terrell catches it on one hop. Bub Terrell out there in center field tonight because Bristol Carter is out with an illness tonight.
Yeah, and this is the hardest play for a center fielder. There's a ball right at him on a line. You can see Bub Terrell, look at him, he freezes, does not want the ball to get over his head. Ends up falling short, and Bristol Carter being out. Bub Terrell usually in left field.
Surwick now with a team best 6-game hit streak. And the Gators have 2 on and nobody out here in the bottom of the 3rd. Carson Bowen. Bowen doubled and picked up the Gators' lone RBI tonight.
How about your 4-hole has no sacrifice bunts on the year. Florida only has 8 sack bunts on the year. You got them squaring to bunt.
Well, you feel like this is going to be one of those series where A, it's going to be close, and B, it's going to be low scoring.
Yeah.
It has that feel to it.
Well, I mean, I like it. It's a little old school baseball where you play small ball, and O'Sullivan said that to me today. He goes, this might be a little bit of a small ball. We're not going to hit 100+ home runs. And he goes, these are going to be tight games. I might have to, use the running game, use the small game.
Popped him up. Fralick to the screen, and he'll watch it sail into the seats. This is what Bowen did back in the 1st inning.
That's taking a pitch away from me, Dave. I'm not throwing him that curveball again. You show me that you can do that with 2 strikes, stay in there long enough and hook a good breaking ball bottom of the zone. I'm not going back to it. I might go to the slider, different pitch. I might go fastball up out of the zone. But you've taken that pitch out of my bag right now.
Got him. Up in the zone. Bowen didn't like it.
Or you can go with the hanging breaking ball that catches the inside corner.
That looks like a good pitch to me.
Well, I mean, if you can throw it on, but it's
no, I'm saying, like it was a strike, is what I'm saying.
It was a strike. Yes.
But yeah, you're not going to get away with many of those, I wouldn't
No,
think.
that's not a place I want to throw a breaking ball.
Yeah.
That place right there. That was about the same thing, different breaking ball.
One out now, and runners 1st and 2nd for Florida. Blake Sear. Hit by a pitch, his 1st time up. Oh, he mashes this one deep to left field. It is out of here. 3-run homer, Blake Sear.
Fastball right down Broadway. Middle. Blake Sear does not miss one stitch of this baseball.
3rd home run allowed this season for Alvarez, and now he gets to face Landon Stripling. Gators found some power in Athens last weekend. They hit 6 home runs at Foley Field. Held Georgia without a home run. First time all year Georgia had at least back-to-back games without a home run. They went the whole weekend, but they still have a nation's leading 100 home runs this year through the Dogs. Vanderbilt is 2nd in the conference, 2nd in the country, 81 home runs.
Is that your biggest takeaway from that weekend last week?
Was
No,
Florida's.
the 6-0 home runs.
Yes. Boy, it's 3-0 now, and Alvarez, everybody rushing to the mound.
Only had 15 walks, talking about Alvarez in his 43 innings coming into the game. That leadoff walk, man, I'll tell you what, in my pitching career, leadoff walks always turn around and hurt you. I just feel like Alvarez is just too amped up.
I was about to say the same thing. It looks like he is just was really geeked up for this start tonight.
Yeah, and usually, you know, after the first inning, the adrenaline drops a little bit. You settle in. You got L.J. Cormier warming up, but usually after the first inning, you kind of get used to it. You settle in and you relax, and he does not look like he has lost one heartbeat since the first inning. Probably sitting at about 125, 130. Now, he's fine for me as a reliever. I've lived on that. I'm good with that.
That one's to the backstop. Boy, it might be danger zone right here for Alvarez and Auburn. Still only one out.
I mean, that was just a really loose at bat by Alvarez. We haven't seen this all year. And just pull hooks, a breaking ball, trying to land one 3-1, get back into the count.
Boy, 2 walks and a hit batter for Alvarez in 2 1/3 innings. Cade Curlin steps in. The Gator second baseman grounded out his first time up. Boy, he was trying to get one out of here as well. That was a big hack from Cade. A couple of home runs on the year. Gators have struggled offensively at times against SEC pitching. They're hitting just 244 against the conference, and coming off a weekend where they hit less than 230, but still took 2 of 3 from Georgia.
Well, in the world that we're in right now, that batting average, you know, bottom of the SEC, this might be trouble.
That is trouble. That'll go as a base hit.
Really nasty slider down and away. Get the ground ball. It's not going to be a double play ever. But Guevara playing deep and back. Long run. It's a do or die play for him. If he can't make it, not many guys are going to make it.
6 hits now for the Gators. And again, runners at first and second. Time called. And the Tigers going to make a pitching change. See if that is L.J. Cormier going to replace Andreas Alvarez. So it is L.J. Cormier making his way onto the mound. We'll update the change when we come back to Gainesville, Florida. Marlins here in the bottom of the third. An opportunity for a couple of more if they can string together a couple of hits with only one out. Bottom of the third inning, Andreas Alvarez ties a season high for hits allowed and earned runs. 6 hits, 4 earned runs, and he calls it a night. And they turn it over to the freshman who has really blossomed here as this season has unfolded, L.J. Cormier. See, look at that ERA, and the strikeout to walk ratio is super impressive.
Yeah, strike thrower, right-hander, 89 to 92, two-seam fastball, curveball, really good curveball, changeup as well, but good numbers so far, and he has found himself a nice spot in this bullpen.
He has found himself in a difficult spot here, though, with one out and runners at first and second. Curlin's at first, Stripling's at second. Cole Stanford to the plate. First pitch in there for a strike. Stanford on the year with 6 homers and 14 runs batted in. Little check swing. They're going to go to third, get the out there, across the diamond. Safe at first. I don't know if that throw dragged Madrigal off the bag or not. But regardless, they do get the lead out.
Don't usually see a pitcher going to the third base on this ground ball. Nice changeup. Feel like if he'd gone to Rembert at second, might have had a little bit better chance. But something was in his mind of where I'm getting the lead out at third base. And he had preset his mind on what he was going to do.
2 outs in the inning. Throw back to second. That catches Curlin in the hip.
Good pick by Frelick. It's the first fastball Cormier has thrown. He spikes it. Frelick picks it clean.
One 1-0 on Hayden Yost. Yost singled his last time up. Smashes this one to the berm and right.
It's going against your scouting report a little bit. Cormier, more of a fastball curveball guy. Today, it's been 3 out of 4 pitches have been changeups.
And that hits him on the foot. That is the 5th batter Cormier has hit this year.
This is the front shoulder pulling wide open. He's got to find command of that fastball.
Bases are now loaded. 2 outs in the inning. Kyle Jones, a strikeout and a fly out. Boy, that one just misses. 2-0. See Jones up there in the top left, 286 with runners in scoring position. 4 for 9 with the bases loaded. And 324 overall this year for the young man out of Athens, Georgia. 3-1.
He's thrown 2 fastballs this inning out of 9. And both of them have been 59 feet. I mean, at some point, those were the last ones were changeups. At some point, you got to throw a fastball.
That's in there for a strike.
Unless you can paint a changeup.
Yeah.
Little arm side run, catches the back corner.
So here's the payoff. Runners going, swing and a miss, and Cormier gets out of this jam. Came on with 2 on and 1 out, and no more damage done. But it was Blake Sear with a massive shot over the left center field fence to give the Gator this 4-1 advantage. Moving to the 4th inning, gorgeous night here in Gainesville, Auburn in Florida. Dave Neal, Greg Olson, and joining us down in that Auburn dugout is their skipper, Butch Thompson. Butch, I got to ask you, you go to a freshman in a dicey situation. What does that say about where you are with LJ and guess his heartbeat in these situations?
Well, we trust him. We'd like to be in this ball game to drop Jackson Sanders, so he's just doing his role there. And, you know, one swing of the bat there, but, you know, the leadoff walk. And, man, we got to catch a ball in center field, some little plays, throwing away picks. Man, we're fortunate to be down 4-1 here in this game.
Hey, Butch, what Alvarez feel like? Did he feel like he was too amped up?
I think so. I don't know if it's coming back home. I feel like it was throw over pitch. You know, that great arm there was just up in his zone. They chased it a little bit, but they leveraged counts, and he got to that negative side of just too many of those 3-ball counts.
All right, buddy, listen, let's get back to business. Thanks, Butch.
Thanks, you.
Skip.
Yep.
Yeah, you were on it. I mean, he felt the same way. Just
coming back home. Yeah. Because that's not the Alvarez that has been throwing for the Auburn Tigers over the past year and a half.
Yeah. Well, and also he mentioned about a fly ball. That was talking about Bub Terrell, who hasn't played a lot of center field.
Yeah.
Had a shot out there, broke back a couple of steps, and the ball ended up dropping in front of him. And then strikes out here to start the 4th. Hey, well, number 10 Texas A&M and LSU play the second game of a big 3-game series Saturday night at Alex Box Stadium in Baton Rouge. We'll have it for you right here on this very network. And, of course, you can always catch it on the ESPN app. Coverage begins at 8 o'clock Eastern. That'll be 7 Central. And I think there's a lot of people around the college baseball world just wondering what in the world's going on in Baton Rouge with LSU right now.
Another one.
Yeah. I mean, it really is kind of... You're just kind of wondering.
A little bit late to the portal party. I don't know.
It's tricky. The guys that they thought, you know, Kason Evans was going to be their guy on the mound on Friday nights. He had such a great end of the season last year out of the bullpen, closing out games, and just was electric. And you felt like that would transfer. And there have been nights where he's been electric, but they've missed that part. They defensively have not been solid at all. I mean, they've just averaging over an error a game. I mean, it's just been, and some of the guys they went, and be honest with you, got in the portal just haven't hit like they thought they were going to hit.
Well, I mean, unless you're getting a guy from another SEC team that has done it at the SEC level, you're taking a shot. You know, you can bring all the mid-majors you want, and you're going to hit on some of them because guys can play everywhere. But you can't be guaranteed exactly what you're going to get unless you know a guy's been in the SEC and he moves over.
Yeah. I will say this, though. I've been around Jay Johnson enough now to know that there may be people that work as hard as him, but there will be nobody that works harder than him. And that is a called third strike. Gregorio threw the bat like he thought that was ball 4. Instead, he'll go the other way back to that Auburn dugout.
This ball is about as bottom of the zone as you're going to get, but Christopher Griffith has been calling the bottom of the zone. I said it in the first inning. You better go up there. If it's close down there, he's going to ring it up. And look who just got a little bit of adrenaline rush after that 3-run home run. Aiden King.
'95 fouled out of play.
That's one of those where you go, okay, I just went with a fastball. Now this 2 miles an hour velo that I'm about to add is going to beat a lot of people.
See, I like that 2-strike pitch. That was a competitive 2-strike pitch.
Yeah. I'm not a fan of the 0-2. I got to waste it. I can't give up an 0-2 hit ever in my life. You're going to give up. You're going to make mistakes, but I'm also going to get swing and misses. I'm going to get guys that are completely defensive. If you look at the batting average 0-2,
right,
it's below 100.
Boy, trying to paint that down and away corner again. Misfires. It's even now at 2-2. Bingham at 292. 3 homers on the year. Base is empty. 2 outs. And they'll stay empty. 10 straight retired by Aiden King, including 3 consecutive strikeouts here in the 4th. We'll talk with Kevin O'Sullivan on the other side. Florida and Auburn Gators lead at 4-1, bottom of the 4th inning. Dave Neal, Greg Olson, and in the dugout, Kevin O'Sullivan with a headset. It seems like you and I do this every week now. It's kind of a regular thing, our own little show. Sully, I love it. Hey, I've had a chance to watch this staff kind of unfold here, and you seem like you've got it set up now in a really good place. You feeling good about the way this weekend looks on the mound?
I think it's a little premature for that, Dave. Really about 4 innings in.
Okay.
Obviously, Aiden's pitching pretty good right now, but we got a long way to go.
Tell us about what makes Aiden King tick.
It really comes down to pitching head and account, and he's got fastball command, and he can throw a slider for a strike, and he's got a really good feel for a changeup for both righties and lefties. He's, like I said, before the game, he's kind of a throwback. He pitches.
Here we are. So we're 5 series in. This is series number 6 of SEC play. You've been doing this a long time. What's the mindset? What do you try to get through the head of your players because of this long conference season?
It's really game to game, honestly. And you can never look too far ahead. You've got to manage things when things are going good, that you can't get too high, and when things are not going good, you can't get too low. So, I mean, it's just you got to stay as steady as you possibly can, because everybody goes through phases where they're playing their best and phases where they're not.
All right, buddy. Listen, thanks for the time. We'll see you again tomorrow.
Thanks,
you. Coach.
He said something. You said it, too. I was watching an interview with Dave Magadan on this SEC story that's coming out with the College World Series with Texas and Alabama, and he was talking about what made him, one of the things that made him such a great hitter, and Sully kind of hit on it, and you hit on it, too, is like, each at-bat is its own at-bat. You cannot let it bother you the next at-bat. Each game is its own little – you can't take it to the ballpark the next day. You got to leave it alone. You got to have that mindset. And Sully was just talking about it as well. That's hard, man. It's got to be hard, especially as a college kid, to flush things, even if you have a good day, if you're 4 for 5.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sitting here I was never good at it.
Yeah.
I couldn't flush a bad outing. I could flush the good outings. It was like, okay, that's what I was supposed to do. I couldn't flush a bad outing. And so, yeah, you know, once you get to the big leagues, it becomes a separation of games, of innings, of at-bats. And you're just focused on the smallest thing of what's this pitch. And it breaks down just like that. In every game, I could look back and go, you know what, the biggest pitch of the game was right here.
Yeah.
You don't know it when you're in it, and sometimes you might have a little bit of an idea. But, yeah, I mean, O'Sullivan's been around for 17 years?
This is his 19th year here. It's hard to believe.
It's just, well, yeah, but I mean, who's got better expertise of seeing, you know, yeah, we've won a couple games in a row. We played well at Georgia. This is a whole new series, man. Thanks, Dave, for the 4 innings of how's my rotation working, you know?
Well, it worked good
I mean,
last weekend.
that was a good question. It was just.
Well, this is my sixth straight weekend having at least 1 or 2 Florida games. So we've done that interview a lot. I'm running out of things to ask. We're going to be on repeat mode soon.
You just come walking into the hotel. Hey, Dave.
Hey, right. Lawson's over there at first base as Surowick steps to the plate. Surowick hit one on the barrel out to center field his last time up. Garrett Brewer, a left-hander, getting warm.
Cormier still struggling with the command. I don't think we've seen a fastball for a strike. Last at bat against Lawson right there was a bunch of curveballs, and there's a fastball right there as soon as I say it.
Good one, too, that was riding in on his hands.
But that's one of those, that's the only pitch that I can't go, okay, it's not working, I can't use it. You know, it's the only pitch. My curveball's not working, okay, I got to go to a changeup, I got to go to a cutter, I got to do something else.
There's that curveball, and it's a good one down in the dirt. So runner on first, less than 2 outs, no throw needed.
That was the Cormier curveball I was talking about. It's a really nasty, overhand, deep breaking ball. Not sure what Surowick was doing.
Chasing a bad.
No, I'm fine with the swinging at a breaking ball in the dirt, but taking off running.
Yeah,
you know, I mean, there's a guy over at first. You don't get to go there.
Starts Bowen off with a strike. As amped up as Alvarez was, LJ Cormier is that calm.
Yeah.
Like, he just doesn't seem like he is bothered by any of this.
Well, I wonder if has a little influence from Dad Lance, SEC network broadcaster, as well as 8 years in the big leagues.
All-American at Alabama. Spent last weekend with him in Georgia watching this Gators team. Throw down to second is not in time. So Lawson with a stolen base. That is his 10th of the year, second best total on this team.
Looked like a little delayed steal. A nasty changeup from Cormier, and you can see just no heart rate. And even when the fastball's not working, he's not panicking. He finds a way to get out of that jam last inning.
1-2 on the way.
It's just a little delayed steal. It's just a stutter step, and then you go and you catch the middle infield defense back. You saw Freilich was late reacting.
High in the air, out to left center. Terrell is there to make the catch. Lawson will tag. Terrell's throw a little bit offline, and that'll be out number 2. But that'll get Lawson to third.
That was a loud out.
Yes, it was. Well, Blake Sear back in the first inning did this for his pitcher Aiden King and really got King on a roll on the mound. And then in the third inning, he did this. be jumping up and down too if I hit one that far. 5 home runs now on the year for Sear. That was a 3-run shot to give the Gators this 4-1 advantage.
I feel like that laying out and great play out in left field really spun things around here. I mean, that was the end of Auburn's offense.
High in the air out to center. Bub Terrell shy of the track will make the catch, and L.J. Cormier gets it done again. Gators will leave a runner, but nothing on the big board. 4-1 Florida. Aiden King took a no-hitter into the 7th inning against the Georgia Bulldogs last weekend. Well, he's given up 3 hits so far, but it has been an impressive display once again for the right-hander.
Much like every great starter I've ever seen, you got to get them early or you're not going to get them ever. You know what? Auburn had 3 hits in the 1st inning. Auburn still has 3 hits. And after that, I mean, Aiden King just punched out the side. Quiet 3rd inning, quiet 2nd inning.
You said something too in the 2nd inning, no damage done, but Auburn hit the ball hard.
Yeah.
And you said as a pitcher, yeah, we got the outs, but you're a little frustrated that they were barreling up some balls, and he probably got himself readjusted maybe.
I think he might have, because it's a reevaluation. If you're really looking at the game the way you need to, those aren't just outs.
Yeah.
You know, okay, if I give up a bloop hit, I recognize the fact, okay, I gave up the hit, but it wasn't hit very hard. Exit velocity is 70. I made a good pitch. I made a grown man hit a very soft ball. But if a guy barrels one up and it's my second baseman standing right there, I got to rethink of what I did on that pitch. Bad location, bad sequence. And Aiden King went walking through, did the high fives through the dugout line, and was angry.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I like it, because you recognize those were 2 loud outs.
And he has been locked in ever since. 2-2 the count. He has been hovering that 95-mile-an-hour zone with his fastball, 94, 95 most of the evening. And it's full 3-2. Five strikeouts for Aiden King tonight. He has yet to walk anybody. Trying to avoid that here with a 3-2 count on Eddie Madrigal. That's off another one.
Let's see where Aiden King goes right here as he try to run a 4-seamer, maybe inner part of the plate. Those last 2 pitches, Madrigal's been on time on that 2-seamer running away. Just a little bit different shape on a 4-seam fastball.
And he walked, and Madrigal fouled off a couple of really good pitches and drew the walk. First leadoff runner for Auburn tonight. We have a big 3-game softball series between number 5 Texas and number 13 Georgia. Saturday afternoon's game is right here On the SEC Network, Sunday's game is on ESPN, and the series finale will be Monday night, which is also on this very network. Like everything else, you can catch it on the ESPN app. Well, that broke a string of 10 straight retired by Aiden King. Brandon McCrane now. First pitch fouled straight back.
Well, that's just one of those where, you kind of question the pitch. I was talking about pitch sequence and everything else. Well, Madrigal had fouled off a couple of two-seamers. And then you go with the slider that misses badly, non-competitive. I'm going, you got a 4-1 lead. You're throwing 95, you're dealing. Challenge pitch, inner half of the plate. Let's see what you got. Let's dance. Because he hasn't thrown very many sliders.
Has McCrane 0-2. Fouled straight back. The McCrane brothers hitting 8th and 9th in this Auburn lineup tonight. Mason to follow. Here's Lawson with a chance. Curlin will try to turn it. Not going to catch the speedy Brandon McCrane. Ball wasn't hit that sharply either. But they do get the out.
Backdoor break, little backup breaking ball, ties up McCrane. And you just see how good Lawson is. Just gets over there, gets in front of it, plants, and gives his second baseman just the remotest chance at a double play.
Mason McCrane, the freshman. He looks at a strike. Mason making his 22nd start of the year. Average at 286, does have one home run on the year. He flew out to right field his first time up. One and two the count.
He moves from, normally he's out in right field, but with Bristol Carter down for the night, Terrell moves from left to center. McCrane moves from right to left.
McCrane backs off the plate, ball two. There they are. McCrane brothers on the same diamond. Throw back to first. Boy, Bowen trying to catch brother Brandon. I was sleeping over there.
I was just wondering. Well, it's right in the lineup and they're back to back, and it's like, okay, you're looking at it, and Brandon's got the batting average over Mason. Mason, got the defensive play a little bit more. What's the conversation at Christmas looking like?
And that is the second walk of the inning, so both the McCrane brothers will be on base.
It's pretty close to that bottom of the zone. Just a shade low on that two-seamer.
Kevin O'Sullivan out to the mound to talk to Aiden King. Here in the fifth, pitch count up to 80. I was just thinking about the McCrane brothers, how good it must be for their family to have both of them in the same place, because you got Kyle and Kobe Branch are infielders in the SEC. One's at Oklahoma, one's at Georgia, and they're at different places every weekend and trying to catch.
Yeah.
Makes travel easy when they're both on the same field.
That's perfect world and all the perfect game stuff that everybody's doing of having two kids on the same team instead of 7 a.m. on one field in northern Georgia and then 8 a.m. on a different field, and you're just splitting everything up.
I'm glad those days are over. I loved it. It was fun.
It was fun.
But I'm glad it's over.
I don't miss the 7 a.m. in
No.
somewhere, Georgia.
Right. Somewhere, Georgia. That is so true. I grew up in Georgia, and there were some towns we played baseball I'd never heard of.
Yeah.
Here's Chris Rimbert on some fields that shouldn't have been designated baseball fields.
You guys at least rake the mound.
I was going to say that haven't been attended to since the high school season ended in late July. There's another strike, 0-2 on Rimbert. Well, if you're Auburn, you got the guy at the plate you would want. Either him or Freilich right now. Actually, you look at the top of this lineup, and they're all dangerous bats. Called strike 3, out number 2. Well, that conversation went well if you're a Florida fan.
Yeah, Aiden King getting it rolling. I mean, the pitch before this is absolute paint, outside, down, and away. This one bottom of the zone. And what do we talk about on 0-2? Get into attack mode. I mean, the hitters are on the defense. They're completely in between everything and just trying to stay alive.
Two down now for Chase Freilich. He's doubled and scored, popped up his last time up. He's now at 321, 27 runs batted in. He's got a team high, 12 doubles.
This is just a little bit. All right, you know what just came to me? It's Aiden King, Kurt Schilling.
Okay.
You know, just a little bit of the short leg kick and then getting downhill in a heartbeat and living with 4 seamers and 2 seamers bottom of the zone.
If we could get the bloody sock going, we'd have it, wouldn't we? No sock has ever been talked about more than that sock.
Stitches came open.
'93 just misses in. Boy, now if you're Freilich, 3-1 count, 2 on, 2 outs. Boy, for Aiden King, you said you haven't seen a whole lot of sliders. You come back at 3-1. Fastball?
You got Guevara coming up. Yeah, I'm not giving him a cookie. I'm trying to get something down and away. There. Best pitch, 2-seamer running the other way. I've been working more 4-seamers, bottom and inner half to Freilich. Now, do I come back with it? I mean, he's got a nice changeup that hasn't used it very often. You could go with it here, knowing he's going to commit to swing. Start at middle of the plate.
Went high, cheese, and Freilich chased it. Tigers will leave a couple of runners on. King walked 2 and then did this.
Aiden King got it rolling. Fastball, time to dance.
Top 20 matchup here at Condren Family Ballpark. The Auburn Tigers, Florida Gators. 13th ranked Auburn, 20th ranked Florida. Two teams top 10 in the RPI. But game one of the series right now leaning toward Florida, the 4-1 score on what has turned out to be a gorgeous night here in Central Florida. New pitcher on the mound, Garrett Brewer takes over, the left-hander at 6'3", 174, taking over for L.J. Cormier, who did a nice job in a couple innings of relief.
Yeah, Cormier did a great job inning and 2/3, but Brewer comes in. He's been all over the bullpen for this Auburn Tiger team. Transfer from Michigan State, 1-2 on the year, 4.2 ERA.
21 strikeouts, 7 walks. First man he'll face is Landon Stripling.
Brewer's going to feature a fastball, 91-93, slider, changeup.
First pitch in there for a strike. Brewer spent a couple of seasons at Michigan State. Was a reliever last year with the Spartans. 17 appearances out of that bullpen for Michigan State.
Yeah, pretty good numbers. 2-2, 4.46 ERA. Just a little bit of left-handed funkiness, you know. Arm feels like it's a little bit behind him. Got a couple lefties coming up. Stripling right here. Yost.
2-2 the count. That one's fouled back. We'll do it again. Or a former high school quarterback. Went to high school in Michigan. Ground ball right to Brewer off his glove. Gonna have to field and throw in a hurry, and it's not in time.
Should go down as a base hit. Fastball away. It's taken back up the box off Brewer's glove. And this little one step right there, the 2 steps to try to make that throw on the run instead of planting and just getting rid of it quickly is the difference between that being an out and a hit.
And here's Kate Curlin now. Down in the zone to Curlin. Curlin finally healthy. Missed 3 weeks earlier this year. 14 games of action with an injury. Only got to play 14 games last year. It had shoulder surgery, but received a medical red shirt in that process. But he returned opening game of the Alabama series. And has been in the lineup every day since.
Freshman All-American in 23. Limited by a hand injury, still hit. Oh, I got 14 home runs in 24.
Here's a 3-0. That one's down, ball 4. Well, an infield single and a walk has put 2 on.
Well, let's see if O'Sullivan plays a little small ball right here with Cole Stanford. Stanford has 1 sacrifice bunt on the year, and as I said earlier, Florida only has 8 on the year, so Not a big small ball game, but chance to get 2 runners in scoring position.
Guevara creeping in over there at third base. 0 for 2 tonight for Stanford with a strikeout. Fouled straight back. Stanford, the grad student transfer. Division II product as he comes out of Lenore Ride. 3 years with Lenore Ride. Now in his first season at Florida.
Division II All-American last year. 20 bombs, hit .392. And he can emergency hack with the best of them.
Yeah, he said we've seen that a couple times, right? Just a little
flick of the wrist.
See what he can do here with an extra pitch. Behind 0-2. One thing he wants to do is stay out of that double play ball, but Brewer would love nothing better. Not going to get it here, just foul.
Hanging changeup right there. Just missed a couple feet foul.
That is 4 foul balls in a row.
That's annoying.
I bet.
Now I'm getting annoyed.
No foul ball here, just a strikeout.
Well, if he's spoiling all your good off-speed stuff down and out and finding a way to stay in the at-bat, go with your best fastball up out of the zone, see if you can get him to chase.
So he walked Curlin in 4 pitches and then threw 6 straight strikes. Go figure.
Sounds like the SEC season in a nutshell.
Right. Gators now 2 for 11 tonight with runners in scoring position.
I mean, this game is still in doubt. It feels like Florida has it well handled.
That one's just off the plate. The Gators have left 7 on base so far. Aiden Yost, 242 average. Off the netting.
He's hitting 500 against lefties on the year, but I think it's a very limited sample size. As in the either 1 for 2 or 2 for 4.
Count full, 3-2. Ground ball out to second. Rembert will field throw. That'll be out number 2. Runners move up to second and third. But it does get Kyle Jones to the plate with runners in scoring position.
Jones has been seeing a lot of breaking balls. Very good ones down and away. Edward Tiefert coming out to have a conversation again.
Hey, Sunday afternoon, we'll have the SEC men's and women's tennis championship for you. The men's championship begins at 1 o'clock Eastern, 2 Central, followed by the women's championship at 4 Eastern. Full coverage will be right here on this very network and, of course, on the ESPN app. The men are in College Station, the women in Norman, Oklahoma. Some of the best tennis in college going on right here in the Southeastern Conference, and the champions will be crowned on Sunday. Everett Tieford's meeting is over. So you got Lawson on deck.
Pick your poison.
Do you walk Jones and load him up to face the lefty, or do you go ahead and try to get?
I'm going to try to get ahead with something.
Yeah.
Other than a fastball.
There you go.
And
Now you're ahead without
once
a fastball.
I get ahead,
right.
Now I can try to take advantage of it. I'm not giving in to Kyle Jones. But, I mean, you're looking at Lawson. He's hitting 276 against lefties on the year. It's not like, hey, I'm going to intentionally walk you to get to the best player on Florida's team and make him angry.
Little blooper, shallow right. A diving catch will not be made. That'll get a run home. 2-run score. And how about that? A little blooper and shallow right produces 2 RBIs for Kyle Jones. It is now a 6-1 Gator advantage.
Great changeup, great location off the end of the bat. Rembert playing shallow at second base, has a long run. And you can just see maybe not a great jump by Bingaman out there. It's going to be a tough play. And with 2 outs, both base runners on the move. What were you saying about Florida, runners in scoring position?
They were struggling, but not even after that. That kind of helps the case, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. A couple of big hits. That's the difference in the ball game. Cade Curlin's home run and that flare out into right field.
And the Gators were 2 for 11 with runners in scoring position. And then Kyle Jones does that. Now here's Larson with a chance to drive in a run. Lawson has a single, a walk, scored 2 runs. He has reached base all 3 times tonight. But behind 1 and 2.
Wow.
The Brewers thinking that was a pretty good pitch.
I was thinking that was a pretty good pitch. If you're sitting at home, you're thinking this is a pretty good pitch.
Oh, yes.
If we have ABS, we might be having somebody tapping a hat.
Doesn't count when you do it. Boy, it's full now. How much did this one? Yeah, that one's a little bit off the plate. Called strike 3. Lawson can't believe it. (6-1) Florida, though. They do add a couple to the tally. 6-1 Florida out in front of Auburn. 8 hits for the Gators, 3 for the Tigers. Time now to take a look at our All-State good hands plays, and there have been a couple of good ones here today at Condren Family Ballpark.
Blake, this might be the game changer right here. Game's down 1-0. Then Kate Kirtland laying out to get the first out in the second inning. Back-to-back great plays by this Florida defense. And the Auburn offense has been pretty much stagnated since those 2 plays.
Fly ball out to right center field. It'll be caught there by Hayden Yost, 1 down. So 90 pitches now into the 6th inning for Aiden King.
He was on cruise control. 2nd, 3rd, and 4th inning, it was 12 pitches, 15 pitches, 15 pitches. Last inning struggled a little bit with 27. But right now, 14 of 21 first pitch strikes.
He went 107 pitches against the Georgia Bulldogs, working into the 8th inning in Athens. .107 in that game. Now up to 93 here.
If he has a quick inning and it's low threshold, I might think about throwing him back out there.
Well, Terrell misses 1-2 the count.
I mean, no stress. I don't get base runners, not a whole lot of traffic. But 6-1 is also a factor.
Called strike 3. 2 down.
And when I say 6-1, I mean the 6-1 lead. But this is Aiden King at his best, moving balls in and out. 2 seamers away, and runs that 4-seamer top of the zone. In on the hands of Terrell, cannot pull the trigger.
Gregorio fouls that one out of play. You know, there was this is a relatively short week for Florida. They played Friday, Saturday, Sunday in Athens. They turn around and play Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I'm just curious, with one less day between starts, does that have an impact?
But you know what? I don't know, and this is something I should find out. How are they doing 2 bullpens in between starts? Are they doing 1 bullpen, you know, perfectly centered? How I don't know that.
Yeah.
And so if it's 2 bullpens where they're trying to hedge days, where it might be Monday and then maybe a quick one on Wednesday and then I throw again on Friday, if it's something like that, yeah, it makes a difference. If I'm going 1 bullpen modified right in the middle, I wouldn't think it would affect me at all. I know that the 5-day rotation in the big leagues, you know, moving a guy up, you're taking away a bullpen.
Boy, that's hammered out to left. Is it going to stay in play? It looks like it will. Blake Sear at the warning track, a few feet shy of the fence. Well, we'll see if he does come out for the 7th inning, but the 6th that he has pitched to this point, very impressive. 3 hits, just 1 run allowed for Aiden King. 6-1 our score here in Gainesville. Aiden King has been fantastic since that first inning. Giving up 1 run tonight, 8 strikeouts, couple of walks. Meanwhile, for Auburn, they are working on their 4th pitcher of the night. They'll bring in Abe Chancellor to try to get things going in the right direction for the Tigers. This will be his 5th appearance of the year. Another lefty out of that bullpen. Not a whole lot of work, just 3 1/3, but 5 strikeouts to 1 walk.
Yeah, he's got a chance to move up the rotation. Like you see, 3 innings pitched, so not a whole lot of work, but fastball's 87 to 91. Slider, curveball, changeup. Got a chance, like I said, you start getting guys out in the bullpen, you get more chances and more chances. And this is an opportunity for Abe Chancellor to get some guys out and try to save a little bit of that bullpen for this weekend.
Yeah, I think those last couple of runs may have changed some thoughts, process in terms of Butch Thompson and how he will manage that bullpen. Six to 1 our score.
It's weird, didn't that 4 to 1 feel like 8 to 1? It just felt like.
Well, it's because what King was doing.
Yeah, well, there's that aspect, but it really just felt like it was a very quiet, subdued Auburn offense. And that was what King was doing, yes, but it felt like a bigger lead than 4 to 1.
Ethan Surwick. 1 for 3, ground out, a single, and a strikeout tonight. Had a long talk with him about his summer when he went to the Northwoods League and just mashed baseballs. Didn't get a whole lot of at-bats, so he went to the Northwoods League, one of the longest seasons. They start the end of May and go into second week in August. It's one of the. There's a base hit out to right field. But he felt if he went up there, he could get as many at-bats as anybody would get all summer from a college standpoint in these summer leagues. And it was great for him because he didn't hit much at Ole Miss. And when he got back to Gainesville, he was like he had played a season. He got so many at-bats. And loved it. I talked to a lot of guys about their summer baseball league, college baseball league that many of these guys go on, and everyone says it is like the time of their life. I mean, it's just no school, you're just balling all day, every day.
Yeah, you get a nice taste of, minor league baseball or major league baseball where you're just out there and your only job.
They'll go to second and get the out there, and not in time to get Bowen. Where did you go play some of that?
My freshman year, I went home. I was exhausted from Auburn, and then sophomore, I was on Team USA, so we played in the Pan American Games.
Won gold, didn't you?
Got silver.
Silver. Who beat you?
Cuba,
of course,
like always. And then junior year, I was slated to go to the Olympic team, the team that won the gold in Seoul, Korea, and I got mono. And
oh no.
Took about 2 weeks off after the Team USA experiment and signed with the Orioles and ended up being in the big leagues while my boys were all in Seoul, Korea winning the gold. So it's a coin flip.
Yeah.
I'm getting 10 innings in the big leagues, or I could get a gold medal that,
Yeah.
It's a tough call.
High chopper. Rivera fields and fires and throws a strike. That'll be out number 2.
But I pitched a lot my sophomore year. And I was in the bullpen and then moved into the rotation for the Pan American Games and got a lot of innings in against a lot of good competition, and it really, really helped. There's so many leagues now, man. You can go out and
gosh, yes.
Get as much work in as you want. I appreciate the fact that he knew it. I needed bats.
Yeah.
It's the one thing holding me back. And you see guys that the difference between a freshman and a junior are just the at-bats at this level and what the pitches they've seen and the experiences. Makes a huge difference.
Stripling today. At the plate. 1 for 2 as a walk. And an infield single. A junior transfer. He's out of Lawrenceville, Georgia. Spent a year at Texas Tech, but now in his second season with the Gators. There is a strike. 2-2.
You ever notice you don't see any West Coast guys really transferring in to the SEC? I mean, there's a couple, but not very often.
Yeah, you're right. It's good to see USC, Southern Cal back in the baseball world as a player, as a NCAA tournament type team. Been a long time for the Trojans in that regard.
Former teammate Andy Stankiewicz.
Yeah. High fly ball out to shallow left. McCrane makes the catch. And Abe Chancer jogging off the field. We have played 6 here in Gainesville. Gators lead at 6-1. Aiden King coming back. We'll find out. Florida leading Auburn 6-1. Give a lot of credit to the Gators starting pitcher tonight, Aiden King, who has called it a night. 6 strong innings.
8 punch outs, a lot of them on this fastball right here. That 2-seamer, another 2-seamer in. 4-seamer bottom of the zone, 4-seamer top of the zone. He's moving it to all quadrants. Looks like a big league pitcher.
Yeah. They'll turn it over to the senior, Ricky Reith, out of the bullpen, 6'4", 205. Had a good outing last weekend against Georgia. Young man out of Windermere, Florida. The part of the Gator bullpen that has some lively arms as well. Making his 7th appearance, 15 strikeouts, just 2 walks.
Fastball's going to be 90-93. Slider, changeup, both in the 80 to 83 range. 3 years at Notre Dame, only 1 game started out of 47 games, so very experienced reliever.
He will face Ethan Bingaman to start things off. Bingaman robbed of a hit back in the first inning on a great catch in left by Blake Sear. And walked his last time up. Got to get our communications together.
Why didn't Aiden King just give him his?
I don't know. Good question. You know, you can have 14 devices on the team. You can have everybody on the field have one, a couple guys on the dugout. You can have 2 or 3, how many you want. But you can have 14 devices, whether it's the earpiece or the speaker in the hat. We found out interesting, I didn't know this talking to Butch Thompson today, that the pitcher still has the speaker in his headset, but there's actually a one-way communication from the dugout to the catcher via like a walkie-talkie, where there's that. The speaker in the headset that you see a lot of pitchers will have, or players, especially pitchers, is usually something that's recorded on a pitch count. So they'll hit the button number 1, it'll say fastball, whatever, it's recorded.
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
Meanwhile, there is a communication to the catcher with the earpiece, and you can talk directly to him and say things like, hey, this guy's singled to right on a 4-seam fastball up and away.
Or in lieu of a mound visit, you walk out there and I want you to tell him, hey, he's flying open, you need to do this and do this. Yes.
Shot down the line, that is a foul ball. Bingham had missed a double by inches. Things a little different than when you played, huh?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I got enough voices in my head anyway. I do not need any more than that. Yeah, we used to put fingers down.
Yeah. And Ben McDonald, I know you, as a former Oriole, Ben said the first couple of years, maybe I don't know if it was how many years it was, but Cal Ripken called his pitches, I think, is when he was a rookie from shortstop. High fly ball out to right. That'll be 1 down.
Yes, true story.
Hey, Sunday, the Rally Cap crew will break down the SEC baseball and softball weekend with highlights, analysis, and interviews. They'll also get you set for the upcoming week with a look at the best matchup. Coverage begins at 7 Eastern, 6 Central on this SEC network and, of course, the ESPN app. Did Cal ever call your pitches?
He and Chris Hoyles were both young.
Yeah.
And so they would have some problems making the right calls, and so Cal would.
That ball's touched off the bat of Eddie Madrigal, and it is off the wall. Madrigal's going to turn the corner. He'll wind up at second with a double.
Auburn with their first base hit since Gregorio in the first inning. Madrigal gets a fastball down, misses a home run by a couple feet. I didn't even realize that. I mean, it was the 3 hits in the first inning.
Yeah.
That was it.
3 hits, and then the second inning, they barreled some balls, but they were outs. And then things got quieter.
Quieter. You had the 2 walks in the 5th, followed up by 2 punch-outs to get out of the jam. No, but Cal, if I had any doubt, I would call Cal in. I mean, me and the catcher would be arguing about whatever pitch, and I would call Cal in going, all right, what's the right pitch? And he would say it, and it'd be, I'd just look at the catcher going, see, I told you, and then.
Right.
Because he's the smartest dude on the field.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you say, all right, biggest moment of the game right here, what's the right pitch?
I would lean on Cal Ripken, too.
Yeah. Never steered me wrong. I mean, he was doing the pre-shift stuff before there were shifts, where he'd be moving Billy at second base, he'd be moving Craig Worthington or Leo Gomez at third, and it would just be he'd lean, just kind of lean over and go a couple steps,
Brendan McCrane looks that one off the plate, 3-1. Was that something? Was Cal a student of the game? Was that in research that he did, or was it kind of a feel thing, or from off memory how guys hit?
How everybody hit, how I pitched, how everybody pitched. No one.
Sharply hit out to short. Lawson across the diamond, 2 down.
He just knew everybody.
Yeah.
And after every game, it was 2 hours of diagnosing what happened during the game. it was not just packing up and going home. It was sitting around discussing it with, for a couple years at least when I was there, Billy Ripken, and it was those two, me, Rick Sutcliffe, some of the older guys would just be sitting around just rehashing what happened in the game.
That sounds pretty fun to me.
Yeah, I liked it.
Here's Mason McCrane. A fly out and a walk for Mason.
This is a spot right here. You got to get a run in. You got to get this within a grand slam. You're down to 7 outs. Nasty two-seam fastball at the bottom of the zone. I had some fun with O'Sullivan. We were talking about that, and we were talking about, he's trying to get relievers that are two-seam guys that sink it. And I was like, thank you. And he just looks at me and starts laughing.
Sharply hit off the glove of Curlin. That will get a run home. And it's now 6-2. Well, that was sharply hit.
Yeah, this ball is stung. Sinker a little bit elevated, and when a sinker is elevated, it is flatter. It has a little bit of arm side run, but it doesn't have the depth to it. And so that being 6 inches higher than where Reith wanted it, ends up getting right on bat plane to McCrane. A little bit of life from this Auburn offense.
Yeah, and you get to top of the lineup in Rembert. Rembert struck out on 3 pitches his last time up, has 2 strikeouts tonight and a ground out.
I just don't feel like he's seeing the outside part of the plate right now.
Ground ball, and that went past Lawson at short. So another base hit now for Auburn. That is 3 hits this inning. And now you get Freilich. Kevin O'Sullivan realizes what's coming up in this Auburn lineup. And he's going to go get a lefty-lefty matchup. His workhorse out of that bullpen. Ernesto Lugo Canchola will be making his way onto the diamond. Will face one of the better hitters in this league, Chase Freilich. Back in a moment. Well, this time a year ago, Ernesto Lugo Canchola was pitching in Division II baseball at Northwest Nazarene College out in Utah, and now he has become the most used arm out of that Gator bullpen on the staff.
Yeah, 19th appearance, 1-0 on the year. Fastball is going to be 90 to 93. Slider, changeup. But really, O'Sullivan's most trusted left-handed reliever.
Which is why he has so many appearances.
Yeah, got 19. He's got 24 innings. In for short bursts, and you're looking at Frelick left-handed, Guevara right-handed, Terrell left-handed, Gregorio left-handed.
So what you're saying is if he can get
It's a
out here,
pocket.
we might see him for an inning and change.
Yes, it's a pocket.
Yeah.
That's why you see a lot of major league managers really string out their lefties, righty, lefty, righty, lefty, righty.
And he's going to face Chase Frelick, who has doubled and scored, popped up and struck out. A dangerous man at the plate. .319 average for the year.
Frelick hitting .224 on the year versus lefties as opposed to .372 versus righties.
Chases that one 2-1.
That's what you can't do. Can't expand the zone. You can't go chasing. I think he's been looking for a slider. And he got it 2-0, but he chased it out of the zone.
There's a strike.
And he just got him off the hook.
2-2 the count to Frelick. Line back up the middle, base hit. This will get one run in. It's a 6-3 ball game. RBI for Frelick.
Just the way he took those first two fastballs, he knew he was getting a breaking ball. That was the book on Lugo. And so, all right, you swing and miss. You look like you might have bailed him out of an at-bat. But after seeing 3 straight sliders, man, Dave, it was really hard for me to throw 3 straight breaking balls to any good hitter. At some point, they're going to recognize it, pick it up. I'm not going to spin it one spin short.
Guevara now steps in there. He's behind 0-1. He's 1 for 3 tonight, .377 average. Tigers had 3 hits in the game until this inning, and they've put 4 more hits on the board here in the top of the 7th. Not to mention the 2 runs.
You got the tying run at the plate. It's about all you could ask. And one of your hottest guys in Guevara.
Ground ball. Boy, they had him played perfectly. Throw over to first, and that'll get the Gators off the field. But Auburn does cut into this lead. 6-3 our new tally here in Gainesville. Well, as you look at those SEC standings, the Georgia Bulldogs with a one-game lead coming into tonight, but they trail in Arkansas tonight. Is that series again Thursday, Friday, Saturday, which could certainly flip the script around the league this weekend. If Georgia were not to win that series against Arkansas, they're so bunched up that this next 5 weeks will be a lot of fun to watch as a spectator. Maybe not so fun as one of the skippers of these teams or as coaches on these staffs trying to put all the pieces together.
I would not want to ride that roller coaster week in and week out. But talking to Coach Rob Vaughn last week at Alabama, and he just is looking across the field to Arkansas going, man, I hope they don't wake up against us. They're going to wake up. Yeah. They're too talented. And they go on and sweep Alabama in Tuscaloosa. And then all of a sudden, here they are against Georgia and doing it again tonight. Hunter Dietz is just a complete dude on the mound.
Cade Kurland, 1 for 2 tonight, working against Abe Chancellor.
Chancellor's got to go out and throw up a 0. Your offense has got you back into this game. You got to hold the Florida Gators down, give your offense another chance. 6 outs, you can't really let this lead expand anymore, and your offense just got you the momentum. Tell you what I like, Dave. This Florida Gators team is spoiling a lot of good pitches. You know, they're not going down easily. They're fouling off some good breaking balls, bottom of the zone, staying alive in their at-bats.
Popped him up. I think that's going to get out of play. Let's see if it does. Just barely. There's you see the earpiece and the Fralick underneath his helmet there. That's when Butch Thompson was just kind of joking. Sometimes when things are going well, Fralick will just take that earpiece out so nobody can talk to him. They'll have to scream from the dugout, hey, put the earpiece back in.
Yeah, that one was funny. Things are on cruise control. I don't need to hear anything from the dugout, and the earpiece is completely out.
Ground ball out to short. McCray makes the play. 1 down here in the bottom of the 7th inning. You know, and we talked a little bit about it, but Florida's team batting average is at 270 overall, which is 12th in the Southeastern Conference. And in league games, that average dips down to 235. But tonight, you bring up a great point. They've had a lot of competitive at-bats tonight.
Yeah, I mean, they're not going easily. They're spoiling good pitches. They're making the Auburn pitchers work. And, you know, I don't know if it's resulted in a whole lot of runs that have been added to the board.
Oh, it's hit sky high to third. That'll be out number 2. Here comes Hayden Yost. Yost has reached twice tonight. Single, hit by a pitch, grounded out his last time up. The junior out of Tampa, Florida. That one's popped up. Fralick, does he have a chance this time? Yes, he does. Good inning on the mound there from Abe Chancellor. as the Gators go 1, 2, 3. To the 8th we go.
Exclusively on ESPN, 40-plus NCAA championships. Confetti rains. Nets are cut. Joy erupts. Hardware is hoisted. History happens here on ESPN, home of NCAA championships.
And congratulations to the Florida gymnastics team as they have made it to the finals of the NCAA Gymnastics Championships, which you can see Saturday on ABC. Of course, there is a national championship trophy from the Gator baseball team in 2017. You and I got a little concerned. There was some heavy smoke coming off the roof here to our right, but seems like it's subsided.
Thought we might have some hamburgers on fire up there if there's a grill.
I asked you to go up there and check on it, but you just didn't want to go.
Yeah, you did ask me to leave. I was like, well, I could go up there. You could carry this game without me. I mean.
Well, how about the Auburn Tigers? Base hits last inning, put a couple of runs on the board, make it a 3-run game. Here's Bub Terrell. Looks at one off the plate. It's 2-0.
Bub 0 for 3, 3 strikeouts. Had a rough go of it right now after Aiden King. Still very good against lefties, hitting .265, 4 home runs, 4 out of his 8 are versus the left-handed pitchers.
Man, Bub Terrell has some serious power in that bat. It is ready to be unleashed at any moment. You see the splits on him, and again, it's pretty good stuff.
Yeah, it really is.
Added 15 pounds since last year in muscle. No muscle's going to help you hit that breaking ball, though.
Nope. That's been the one issue for Bub Terrell is the breaking ball with depth. He can hit any fastball that you got. He can hit anything on a flat plane, but you get a breaking ball with a lot of depth like that nasty slider, he has struggled.
And another left-handed bat comes to the plate. Logan Gregorio. He looks at a first pitch strike.
Now you can see why Fralick went up there and he swung at that 2-0 slider. It's slider mania from Lugo versus lefties.
Pumps a fastball in there, out to left, high in the air. I mean, again, I go back to, if you don't know Ernesto Lugo Cantolo's story, I mean, he was out west in Utah. Ended up being the Division II Baseball Pitcher of the Year after a fantastic season at Northwest Nazarene. Also pitched some junior college baseball, and then the next thing you know, you just keep grinding away. Next thing you know, you're been the most active pitcher on the Florida Gator staff.
Yeah. I mean, I got like Salt Lake Community College.
Yeah.
And then I couldn't find any numbers, but it had him listed at University of Utah. So I'm going, okay. And then just like every good left-handed reliever coming out of the bullpen, the hat would be sideways.
Inning is over. Ernesto Lugo Cancello. 1-2-3 frame. We head to the bottom of the 8th. Just saved a couple of runs. 10 straight retired by Aiden King. Oh, he mashes this one. 3-run homer, Blake Sear. Aiden King got the start and looked every bit like the player we thought we were going to see tonight. He has been on a heater of late for Florida. 8 punch outs tonight and 6 innings of work.
It was really just fastball dominance to all 4 quadrants of the zone with 2 different fastballs.
Pitch clock down to 3, down to 2.
He's got Kyle Jones a strike.
Because he wasn't ready to hit.
Because he stepped out.
Yeah.
And then he wasn't ready to be back in. When Chancellor re-engaged the mound, you could see Fralick panicking, going, hey, you still got time on the pitch clock. Chancellor gets back on the mound. Kyle Jones has stepped out, and then he gets the strike called on him.
Hitters have got to be ready to go. 8 seconds. Eyes
alert and ready.
Yep.
I haven't seen that.
I have neither. I was just thinking to myself, have I seen? No, I have not. Where pitcher steps off, but the clock's still going, and yeah, that was an interesting. So 1-2 the count. Ground ball. That one's off the glove. Fielded there by McCrane. How about that? The old 1-6-3.
Thought Jones was going to get the better of it, up the ball off the bat. It's tipped by Chancellor, deflected just perfectly to McCrane. All right, if that's the way it can work, I might be doing that all the time, stepping off,
yeah,
re-engaging, come set real quick, fire one.
You could certainly catch somebody sleeping, like the hitter, like Kyle Jones wasn't thinking much about the clock for sure. This one's popped up in foul territory and off the top of the dugout. But you're right, as the game goes on, you're, as a player, as a batter, you're not really thinking about that part of the game. 8 seconds on the, so you just kind of juke them out.
Well, Abe Chancellor has done a really nice job of saving this bullpen. Comes in with 3 innings pitched on the year. Right now he's on his 3rd inning of work, 2 1/3 in. Gave up a single starting off the 6th, and after that, 7 up, 7 down.
One and 2 the count to Brendan Lawson. Average at 350 after a 1-for-2 night to this point. Not chasing that one. 2 and 2.
Well, Chancellor's another good story. 2 years at LB Wallace.
Yeah.
Doesn't play what would have been his junior year at Auburn. Last year, 4 appearances, 5.79 ERA.
These are the type of games, right, that get you some more innings down the road.
I mean, it really is. The bullpen is a ladder system. If you don't do well, you move down the ladder. If you do well, you move up the ladder. You get better opportunities. If you continue to do well, you thrive.
Gloved over there at first base by Madrigal. That'll be out number 2.
Yeah, I mean, it works that way in the big leagues.
Yeah.
You know, if you're throwing well, man, you're getting better opportunities. If you're not throwing well, you know, hey, phone rings in the 4th inning. Holy, go get loose.
Ethan Surowick now, the 3-hole hitter, steps to the plate. First pitch he sees, swings right through it. 0-1. Couple of hits tonight for Ethan. 322 now, 7 home runs on the year.
Ethan's been feasting on left-handed pitching, hitting 400 coming into this game.
Gets this one off the end of the bat, and another nice inning for Abe Chancellor. We are heading to the 9th. 3-run game. Madrigal, McCrane brothers coming up for Auburn. Look at our game summary. Thought we were going to have one of these fantastic pitching matchups tonight, but Alvarez wasn't as sharp as he has been of late. Only 2 1/3 for him. But Aiden King was as sharp as we have seen. Again, this is his 3rd straight fantastic start. 6 innings, 8 Ks, couple of walks. Blake Sear with a 3-run homer and some fine defense behind King. And now Kevin O'Sullivan going back to the bullpen to get Joshua Reitner, the freshman out of Tampa, Florida, leads his team with 6 saves on the year, making his 16th appearance of the season.
Yeah, 2-1, 3.92 ERA, 20 innings pitched, 13 hits, 34 punch-outs. Fastball is electric, 97 to 99. Cut, slider, change to finish off the repertoire.
Colt Myers will check in at third base. That will move Ethan Surowick from third to first as he replaces Landon Stripling. Eddie Madrigal leads things off. He doubled and scored in the 7th. He is 1 for 2 tonight. Boy, Reitner's just another electric arm.
Yeah.
I mean, and it looks like an easy 97.
It is an easy 97, 98. Yes, it is. You got to find a way to get over the adrenaline rush, the nerves.
Ooh, that ball's hit hard. Bingham in on the run, just shy of the warning track. 1 down. Should have another good one on the mound tomorrow. Jake Marciano, Liam Peterson. What about Marciano's numbers? 1.88 ERA and 52 2/3 innings of work. That's no joke.
That is not. Got roughed up a little bit last week. See how he rebounds. You know what, that a little adrenaline you got. You saw the first 2 balls. He gets back down into the zone. Ball gets hit pretty hard. You get woken up as a former closer, and then you all of a sudden lock back in. Hey, I got to make some pitches here. I can't just go out here and just loud noise stuff.
That one's down in. The Gators still missing one of their best bullpen arms, Jackson Barberi, another guy that can go 97 to 100, but he's got a little strained oblique. Probably going to be out this week and next week. Just really want to be careful with him, get him right closer toward the end of the season. But still, he is a big weapon out of that bullpen. But I mean, heck, you get a guy like Lugo Cancello,
yeah,
to kind of set up a Reitner.
Yeah.
Out of play.
And you now all of a sudden you're playing a little bit of almost a 6-inning game where you just go here, and you got 2 dudes who will aptly get there. Sandifer, same thing. He's about as good as everybody else.
Yeah.
So you got some guys that can get to your 8th, 9th inning guys, and you're playing a big league game.
There is Jackson Barberi, and he was on a roll, and he's something when healthy. He is, that is a big leaguer in the making right there. Sharply hit out to right off the bat of Brandon McCrane. He'll end up at first base. The Tigers need another base runner to make this one really interesting. The 9-hole hitter, Mason McCrane, who singled and picked up an RBI in the 7th inning, comes to the plate.
And that is what Brandon McCrane has done so well. He is a spray chart, flat plane swing. If you leave it elevated out over, he will more than gladly take it to right field.
296 on the year from Mason McCrane. He looks at a strike. By the way, I don't want to offend anybody at Northwest Nazarene. They're actually not in Utah, as I said earlier. They're in Idaho. I said Utah. Just want to clarify
I was
that.
not aware of that either.
Yeah.
You didn't offend me.
Okay. You never know who's watching. Ground ball. This could be 2. Curlin. Lawson. Not in time. 2 down.
Well, Reitner thrown Nasty stuff. This is the changeup down and away. You get the ground ball that you want. McCrane hoofing it down the field. Florida's going to challenge it. Top of the lineup coming up. First blush, Dave, safe.
Yeah, that was my first impression as well.
But you don't get to take the 2 challenges with you to tomorrow. So.
Oh, yeah, he's safe.
That'd be kind of cool, though. You got to keep your challenges over the weekend.
Just stack them up.
Yeah, if you don't use any, you got 6 on Sunday.
I just hope I'm not calling the Sunday game.
I'll just call it for you guys. He was safe.
Yeah, look at us. We'll let you know.
Yeah, just look up to the booth.
Yeah, that's the look right there that tells you all you need to know.
After review, the runner is safe at first. Florida's used 1 challenge, has 1 remaining.
I appreciate that, just in case, you know.
Yeah.
End the game. You never know what can happen with 2 outs. He's not using it if you get to keep it.
So 2 down now. Chris Rembert to the plate. Nobody covering second, so Mason McCrane gets down to second base.
Defensive indifference. I never liked when guys did that, Dave.
What do you mean?
Well, now a base hit scores him when a base hit wouldn't have scored him, and so
of course, yeah. I
now
got to look at
run.
through.
Yeah.
I need to look at it through your glasses. Swing and a miss. Now 1-2. Yeah,
now a little flare out into the outfield scores a run on my ERA.
Reitner trying to close it out, and he does. Gets Rembert swinging, and that'll do it. The Gators win Game 1, 6-3. Aiden King, the story of this one was 6 fantastic innings of work, and of course the big 3-run home run off the bat of Blake Sear.
Well, Aiden King just kept this Auburn offense quiet. 1 through the 6th inning. Cade Curlin opens it up. Mark Sear deep. Just enough offense from Florida to win this game.
Well, that'll do it. From Condren Family Ballpark, we'll see you tomorrow, 5:30, right here in Gainesville between these teams in game number 2. So for Greg Olson, the rest of our exceptional SEC Network crew, I'm Dave Neal saying so long from Gainesville. Once again, our final score, Florida 6, Auburn 3. Time now for SEC Now.